Welcome back to the FOE podcast, episode 19. Football is back. FOE Extra is back also. And I've got two special guests with me. I'm going to start from the far side, Damian Scannell. How you doing, my bro?
I'm good, man. All the better for being here, man. Sorry for holding you lot up, man.
It's cool. And then we got Merrick James to the right, Portland player. How you doing, my bro?
Yeah, good, man. Can't complain, bro.
Okay, so we're going to start from the top. Obviously, before we've done this podcast, I've done some research on both of you, like your careers and whatnot. And I found that both of you actually played for South End.
Yeah.
So was you there together?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So obviously you've had slightly different journeys. So it looks like Damian came from the non-league scene and made his way to the pro.
Yeah.
Whereas it looks like you started straight as a pro.
Yeah.
So I just want to compare your stories basically. We'll start with Damian. How did you get into football? What's your first memory of football? And then how did you get into the non-league scene?
I was a bit of a late developer, to be honest, you know. Like, probably reflects on how I played a little bit. But I started off playing Sunday football for some team called Downham Tavern. Don't know if you've heard them, yeah.
I haven't.
Proper pub team. I was the only player of colour in their lineup. But it's good, it benefited me. Then there was a guy who just came along and was like, oh, come and play for Greenwich Borough. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. His name's Wayne Burnett. He's now at Tottenham, man. And I went there, and to be honest, man, I was I didn't do too well, but he was a fan of me, like, as a person, and he actually pushed me, and slowly and surely I started to develop my game. I ended up at a team called Fisher, and they were like a powerhouse at the time, man. They were like a big spending team, sorry, one more time, I went to Eastleigh after there, and then from then I had one breakthrough season, and then everyone started chasing me, man.
So how old was you when you was at Greenwich Borough?
I started playing football in non-league at 18.
18?
18, yeah. I was still like kind of buying into like trying to do the road thing a little bit.
Okay.
But not on no supreme level, not like freaking, you know, just petty stuff. And
I'm with you.
So then when that guy showed me an opportunity to like make money, I didn't know non-league paid, you know. I'm not, especially to the degree it pays, yeah. So when the guy showed me an opportunity, I kind of like took it both hands.
And you was a winger, right? You are a winger, right?
Winger by trade, man. But when you was fast, especially back then in non-league, like, you operated on any kind of like...
I get you. I'm with you.
...position like that needed pace.
Okay, and obviously you was at Southend from the jump.
Yeah.
But how did that come across? How did you get into Southend?
My one was a bit mad, you know. I remember the story. Basically, from about 14, 15, everyone around was like, yo, you can play ball. You get me? Try and get into somewhere. So randomly, my cousin was at Southend at the time, Andre Blackman. He was already signed.
Okay.
You get me? So I had a little word with him like, bro, what can't you bring me in? You know, I was like, yeah, of course. Weeks went by, months went by. Yeah. Didn't really hear nothing.
Was you playing at this time somewhere
else?
else?
I was just playing for school and that. I weren't doing none of that. So you get me? I didn't really hear nothing. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to ring them myself. So
for real?
Yeah.
So how old was you then?
I got in year 9, so I must have was like 14.
Wow.
Yeah. So one of my brethren, I was like, bro, I beg you just phone this manager, pretend to be my dad. You get me? So yeah, serious. So he phoned him. Like, hey, hello, my name's David. I've got a son. He's really good. Can you look at him? The manager at the time, Luke Hobbs, he's like, we're not really doing any trials at the moment. But then obviously my brethren knew that my cousin was there, and he was like, oh, but his cousin's already there, Andre Blackman. Okay. So obviously that kind of changed everything. So that conversation, he was like, look, I'll get back in touch with you, whatever. Within about a week, the guys phoned me back. Obviously my brethren's not with me at the time, so I'm scrambling, like, should I answer? My dad's not here. Answered the phone. He's like, hello, is this Merrick? I'm like, yeah, speaking. He was like, look, I've spoke to your cousin. He said you're a really good player. We want to invite you in for a trial.
Wow.
Next week.
And he hadn't seen you play?
Hadn't seen me play, bro.
That's
so this
crazy.
is crazy. I've never had no professional experience. I'm playing.
Was you confident like that?
I was confident. I was battling out everyone in Black Prince Kenneton, so I knew I could ball in it. You get me? So he said, I want you to come in next week. So I've said to my mum, I'm excited. Mum, I got a trial. Yeah. My mum was good, like, she took me everywhere. So me and my mum rocked up on a Saturday, I think it was Sunday in fact. Yeah. Under 14s, had Brentford. Started the game. Bro, after the game, the man sat me and my mum down and said, look, the trial's over. We're signing you today.
Oh, hey.
And then, that was where it kind of began.
Do you remember that match? Like, was it
Yeah.
Did you remember being
energetic,
happy when you came off the pitch? Like, yeah, they're gonna like that performance.
Yeah, 100%. I was confident, man. From when I touched the pitch and you get me, I'm seeing brand new balls, mad nets. I've never seen this before. We've had goals with no nets. You get me? So it was crazy. So yeah, so I just kind of made it work, and then that's how it begun.
Okay, so obviously you was a centre midfielder then as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then obviously you went from South End into the non-league scene. Did you ever look down on the non-league scene, as if to say? Because I never knew there was a semi-professional circuit until I was maybe like 22.
Yeah, 100%. I look down on it because it's different, isn't it? Like it's, do you know what I mean? It's completely different down to training, even down to like your kits, bro. You know, sometimes you're not even getting training kit. You're going to training in your own gear. So 100%, like I look down on it.
Okay, and then Damian, obviously you was at Dulwich. Was you at Dulwich before you then got the move to Southend? How did that come about? Was it like a one match, or was they watching you?
Do you know what? I actually went on trial at Watford in the Premier League. Well, when Ashley Young, I don't know if you know Albert Jarrett, Marlon King was there. So I went on trial first, and they signed a guy named Moses Ashakodi instead of me. Do you lot know Moses?
Yeah.
Moses is a good player, man. They signed him instead of me. Then I went to Leeds. So I went to a couple clubs first. And
when you went to Leeds, was that just like a one-off trial? Or was you staying up there for a little bit?
Bro, the craziest thing happened. I went to Leeds. Dennis Wise was the manager. I had like a cold. I had a coffee, and he was just like, "No, you can't train my team. We're not doing too well." And he said, "Yeah." So then he sent me home, and then in between then, like we had other trials set up. But yeah, then Southend just came in, and before they even saw me, they just put money on the table to the team. So, but yeah, to be honest, man, I'm like what Merrick just said about non-league, man. Non-league is crazy, man, because I think it's too contrasting. I think you got teams, Merrick, that can actually supply full-time capacity and pay. Because, well, for me personally, I was paid at one point more than non-league than I was in the league.
Seriously?
Yeah. Because at Dagenham, teams like that, they pay shit money, like you know.
Yeah.
So at that age, was the money like the main motivation?
No, well, that's tough because
that's kind of like what it's like now, maybe a bit older, but people play for whoever pays the most.
Football rips the soul out of you, though.
100%.
Because when you travel around the country a lot and you're not playing, Merrick, and then like you're sold a dream, the dream like deteriorates and your bank balance needs to get
compensated.
Compensated,
Facts.
So was there any stages where you kind of fell out of the game where you thought, do you know what, this isn't what I thought it was going to be, and I don't necessarily want to pursue it as a full-time career now because of the politics? And would you say how would you compare the politics at a pro circuit to a non-league circuit?
Big difference, man.
Big difference.
It's more on the line, isn't it? It's more on the line.
You know what's going on. It's a big difference, man.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Me personally, like I think, you know, like being at Dulwich, like we've all been at somewhere like Dulwich, like Gavin tries to carry it like it's a serious kind of like environment. Then you go to other non-league clubs and it's like fucking dog and duck, bro.
Madness.
Yeah, so
it's kind of like a shock to your system if you've been at 100%. Professional environments.
But they love it though anyway. They love it, innit? They love the whole fucking...
So when you was at Southend together, did you ever play together?
Yeah. See Merrick all the time. We used to roll.
Okay. And
Merrick's a dope baller. Merrick is a dope baller. Yeah.
So do you ever look back and think to yourself, like, this is the reason why I never made it kind of thing? Or is it a case of, because a lot of people, when I speak to them, it's usually, I don't know, the manager was biased, or they feel like they was treated unfairly to a certain degree.
Was a lot of that's bullshit though, man. Yeah. People like me and Merrick, I'm just gonna speak on behalf of Merrick, we were doing too much other shit. Like, you know, possibly where we could have been strengthening our game, or maybe making a bigger impact or influence on it. Look, man, we was probably as good as the other players, but they were more professional.
100%.
I'd say like we had opportunities to maybe impress or stuff like that. But look, man, it's not just football. Managers have their preference in it, bro. For me personally, like I would say Merrick a little bit different because he's more ability based. For me personally, I probably exhausted my ability, and when I went and played in against the players at that level, I was like, all right, cool, they're better than me. Like, that's my honest opinion.
Wow.
So, bro, you just gotta say what it is, man.
No, I hear you. And like, in your experience, is it usually the people that are the most talented that don't make that step? Because what I've seen is the most talented players that when I was younger, I'll look at them and be like, they're definitely gonna make it. And then
I don't think it's that. I think it tends to be a package. You gotta have it all. You can't just have a bunch of ability and think that, I'm gonna. So
you get me? Is like hard work and discipline more important than talent?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
Do you
We
reckon
had
that's
enough man like that in our South End team.
But
It was full of that.
Talent's dead word
Yeah,
though, man. I
full of
don't
that.
even like the word talent, man. It's just overused, man. Some people think because they got tricks and flicks, man. Most of them, man, they're dead. Like, you know, like the cute ball
100%.
kind of.
Yeah.
To be honest, I've played against. I don't know if I'm telling the truth here. I played against players that have no tricks. They're a nightmare to play against. Man.
100%.
Then you play against players that got tricks and flicks, and like, fucking the moment it gets to the 80th minute and it's been an ugly game there. So he said a word there, it's about package, effectiveness, right?
I'm with you. Do you reckon that's the problem with what's going on now? Because it seems like those that are going viral, so to speak, with tricks, or they got these little promo videos that get a lot of views, that gets them more opportunities. Whereas maybe someone that's more
The game's
effective.
evolved, man. It's different.
Yeah.
Like, it's different now. How it was when we were playing, it was more, bruv, you had to be physical.
Yeah.
What? Roots Hall? Listen, it was a battle. You had to be physical. Now, I think it's more flary, innit? You know what I mean?
So who's the best player that you two have played with? Yeah. Silent. This is a tough one.
I got special mentions, man. Do you know a boy named Dean Mack?
Oh, Damian. Yeah, he was on the podcast, our
He's
last
a
podcast, actually.
Fucking genius.
Quality.
Punch, I played with Punch for a period. Punching's unbelievable. Punching's a combination of what we just said. Unbelievable
Package.
flair player. And
Package.
I played with him once, and his left foot's just a wand. Like, the ball does whatever he wants it to do.
and he's strong as an ox, you know.
Proper.
No, he.
Nicky Bailey, do you not know Nicky Bailey?
Bailey was cold.
Bailey's like some
Bailey was
Gerard
bad.
style player, but
Do you know what was bad as well? Do you remember Lee Sawyer?
oh wow,
Bro.
yeah.
So did Lee Sawyer go on to
He
have
come
like
on loan to Southend from Chelsea, I think, at the
he
time.
fucked up though. He's come into like the non-league
Yeah.
scene. Like, he's top draw though, man.
Bro.
Good player. Yeah.
Proper.
and the best player you played against? Because like Damian, you're like a winger. So was there ever like a fullback that you thought to yourself, nah, this?
Yeah, I've been embarrassed, man. Like I'm not. One time I played against Ian Hart. Yeah, I don't want to name drop. Yeah, in non-league. Yeah, but I played against Ian Hart. Yeah, and I felt this pressure, bro. I think it was a bit psychological, but like I felt like I was marking him. Like, you know, like I was playing. You ever been like that? Where I'm like,
yeah.
what's fucking happening here? Like,
Yes.
So this is in non-league though when you played it?
no, in non-league, I've played against some tough opponents. Do you lot know a guy named Craig Dundas?
The big,
Yeah, Sutton United.
Listen,
yeah.
he's someone that everyone would call shit,
Yeah.
Listen, he's played hundreds of games. Bro, he's
He's
dominated.
too strong. He's an
Too
animal. He's like a
solid, bro.
train, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, like, I'd say he's a fantastic person, like opposition. Like, you know.
proper.
Yeah. And what about coaches and managers? Because I feel like that's key to a player's development, like getting the right coach, getting the right manager. Because I feel like there's a lot of contrast and styles of managers, and some managers could make or break a player at that age. Do you know what I mean? So who's the manager that maybe gave you inspiration, or you thought was like the best manager you played under?
For me, it's got to be Steve Tilson. For me, because he took me out of the youth team from 16, 17, and I was with, obviously Damian was in the first team at that point, so from about I think my first year of scholar, he kind of took me out of there, and obviously I was training with Damian in the first team from that. Yeah, he kind of...
But what was it about him?
Do you know what? I think he was a good manager, but all round he was a good person, so it's like, even if I weren't having the best of sessions, he would pull me after the training, say what I need to improve on. Like, I felt like he cared, whereas other managers, I don't get that vibe from them. Do you know what I mean? I felt like he cared and he wanted what was best for me.
And that's kind of like a segue onto my next question. Obviously, going from like a pro environment to like a semi-pro environment. Managers in semi-pro, do you think they have interest in player progression, or do you think their main objective is just winning games? Because a lot of good players that are maybe 18 or younger that pull out of the pro game, then go into the semi-pro game and kind of get lost. Do you reckon that's a contributing factor that some managers in that scene are not really interested in player development?
It's more sink or swim, isn't it? So like, it's a business model. Like, so if you've got complete control of the club, you're gonna take more risk at that end of it. Yeah? But if you're saying, look, here's my budget. Yeah. Like, I've been in teams where like it's win. If you don't win the next game, it's pressure. Then, but you can see clubs that have that model. Like, you know, like again, Dulwich, man, they fucking do fantastic.
They produce a lot of players in Dulwich, isn't it?
Yeah. But definitely most managers don't give a fuck.
No, I think there's a handful of the ones that actually care. The rest of it is
So
result.
do you reckon it's got a bit of luck if you're gonna make it in this game? Do you reckon you need that little bit of luck?
100%, you need it. Look how much people we know that are absolute ballers. They just don't get that opportunity. It's luck of the draw.
Yeah, but you need balls as well, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like let's not give it like
Yeah,
people
true.
that get there for a reason. I don't want to like discredit people that are ballers, but like sometimes you gotta go and fucking play for a team out
Yeah.
in fucking the middle of cuckoo land and get your minutes in, you know. Is it like we don't want to be local heroes and be the best in a keep ball every fucking summer? So
I hear you. And like, what's your opinion on like statistics? Like, just in terms of, do you reckon statistics can overshadow a player's ability? Like, you know, I don't know. I think we're going into an era where statistics are kind of being the main focus, other than a player's actual ability
I get
to influence a game. Because I think
yeah.
influencing a game isn't necessarily statistics. Like, so do you reckon that's something that's, I don't know, like drawing out some of the best talented players, but they don't necessarily get
I get what you're
statistics?
saying. Like someone like Ronaldinho might be not considered better than Lampard, for example, because of a
please.
higher goal ratio.
There we go.
Do you know what, V? I think the more money that gets involved in the game, it's harder to justify someone without statistics. You know, do you get one?
It's more like a business.
You
now.
know, like, do you ever watch NBA? Like the stats are
Mad.
crazy.
Mad.
It's because the money's so high end, but. I still think I think quality's got better. Even in non-league, I think it's got better, bro.
100%.
I know, I don't know if you watch non-league yet. I think, it used to be smash and grab, you know, I think you see a lot more teams now trying to like play out, so.
So, and that's your preferred style of play then, like to
get
play
down.
ball.
Yeah, man. For me.
Merrick's a total baller.
do you wanna
Merrick's a
win?
total baller, yeah. It hurts me to lose, man. It hurts me to lose, yeah. So like, I love football, but I also appreciate football. Do you get what I'm saying? And like, I think sometimes we hide behind it because I fucking watch games where I see top teams under pressure playing some really direct football. I've seen Madrid do it, and then players are worth hundreds of millions of pounds. So
I'm with you.
I think it's about decision making. So,
100%.
but again, it's style of play.
But I think that affected me because no matter where it was, the whatever surface I wanted to play, and sometimes you just got to hook it, play the game. So I think that might have been my problem. I always wanted to do the pretty thing, but obviously, it didn't always go to plan like that.
I'm with you.
I think the only team that I could ever say don't ever did that was like someone like Barca. You know?
It's like an engraved philosophy. They come from like under nines, and that's how they see
goes.
football. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, when did that moment come when you thought, you know what, this isn't going to be a career for me? And did that kind of draw the love out, or was it just a case of, do you know what, like I just play football because I like it, innit?
That's a tough question, man. Football hurts, man. Football hurts, you know.
I think a lot of players, they come out of love with it, and then they fall back in love with it, innit?
I think we drag it out as a career. I think we just be gone. I think like because of the money, like, and where you've hung on to it, and, you know, like for me it was a paycheck, like it literally a paycheck, so I was hanging on to it, but if I think maybe if I had another qualification, another skill, it would have been easier to detach myself from it.
100%,
But I definitely think once I realised I wasn't gonna be a Champions League, Premier League footballer, at the bottom end of you just got plumbers money. You're just on like payroll money. Do you get what I'm saying? 100%. So it's hard to justify it like that.
So obviously both of you now are just playing recreationally for fun. You play for Portland and Charcoal Vets, right? Yeah. And you guys are just saying Peter Sweeney, right?
Yeah, we've got a dope team, we're coming for it.
Yeah, so was you playing last year?
No, I didn't play last year. This will be my first game this Saturday. We got a game Saturday.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. I'll look out for the results. So what drew you to there? Just winning, or was it that competitiveness? Like, what drew you back to just playing for fun kind of thing?
I've been dying to play, to be honest, I've been dying to play. I played for another team, V. I played for another team, but they was just on jokes, man, and it hurts me. It hurts me, but like this team, they've convinced me. It's a couple of old boys, like you said, Sweeney. I'm gathering, he's a good footballer.
Yeah.
A couple, Chrissy Piper, a few boys that I played with. So I'm assuming they're gonna take it more serious. I find it hard to play football just for banter, you know.
Yeah, I'm with you.
What's the win, innit?
And what about you, Mel? Like, you're playing at Portland now. Like, is that just for fun? Obviously, I kind of follow your league, so I know more about your league than maybe Damian. League. So you played against LA not too long ago, who obviously making a lot of noise in the Sunday league scene.
I support them, by the way.
You support them, yeah?
Winge and Jimbo, man.
Do you follow it?
Loosely, man. I follow it from a distance, man. I couldn't say I've seen a couple games. I follow it from a distance.
Okay, so obviously when you turned up to that game, there was a lot of hype around it because of obviously the noise that LA are making. Did you turn up with that attitude that we're winning this, or was there a bit of...
Yeah, we turned up to win.
Okay.
Like, we set out to win. Like, we weren't turning up thinking, yo, they're going to roll us over. Nah, we wanted to win.
And in terms of how the game went, do you reckon they're worthy?
Yeah, look, they were better in the day. They won,
okay.
so...
Fair enough.
Know.
No, don't give that bait answer, man.
they were better on the day.
Pound for pound, are they better than you, Miles? Are their players better?
Nah, listen, let me not front. They're probably the best Sunday team
Is it?
I've played against. I ain't gonna beat around the bush. They probably are the number one in it.
Yeah.
Between them and SC Dons, but that doesn't mean that we can't beat them.
Who's in your team? Who's your team?
Me, Frenchie,
Boats.
all my folks.
Oh, that's loaded as well, though.
Yeah,
that team's loaded as well.
That's what I'm saying. When you look at your...
What was the score between you two?
3-0.
3-0.
Oh, Mel, I didn't move into
3-0.
like that, bro.
Yeah, but we had we did. Connor, you play that game? Yeah, Omar didn't play. Like we had a couple man that didn't play, but
I'm with you.
we got them again soon. 3 weeks, 2 weeks, is that?
So you fancy yourself?
Yeah, man.
Because on paper, your team's quality.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah, good players, man.
Do you know what I'm saying? But the fact that you didn't score that game was like, bro.
We had the penalty. Leach should have scored.
Oh yeah,
but,
for real.
No, they were good on the day, man. I ain't gonna beat around the bush. They were proper.
Okay, and obviously there was some news broken today about the FA Cup potentially coming back into play. So is
okay.
that...
I didn't really read too much into it, to be honest.
Didn't?
But
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Dowie did mention that it possibly will
Okay.
get played still.
Does that really... Have you got like an ambition to win that?
Yeah, man. If they're playing it, we want to win it. We want to win it 100%.
What's that, the main cup in...
It's
is
like
that
like a national cup for Sunday League teams, basically.
Who won it last time?
I'm not sure who the holders are. It got postponed last year because of...
Ain't the holders who we're playing?
St. Joe's.
St. Joe's or something.
Possibly.
No, I think so. I
But
don't know.
So what did LA win then? I thought LA won...
LA won the London Cup.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's London,
I see
the
been
national
shouting
team.
about that.
So obviously for young players that are out there trying to make it, what would your advice to them be? Do you know what I mean? Because I think football and trying to evolve from maybe grassroots or community is like a big thing right now, and a lot of people are trying to make it. What's the advice you would give to any young player that's watching this with the hopes of making it?
Ooh. I think there's a little confusion between, like you said something earlier, between going viral and actually being a footballer. I think there's a little like grey area at the moment with that, yeah. But I've been following that boy Gondo. I've been seeing Gondo's success.
He's doing bits right now.
Yeah, which is fantastic. I think that's like a good case for it. Like I think quality, if you keep showing your quality, and I think you should, if you're a footballer, you should be spending more time practicing the art of football than editing your clips.
Yeah,
true.
For the likes.
Yeah. But
so
listen, look, man, I think we all have an ego. I get that side of it. Yeah. But I'm saying to you, if you're a footballer and you're looking to become a championship footballer, you want to behave like a champion. That's just what my opinion is on it.
Yeah, I'm with you. So obviously, both of you got your own little ventures that you've delved into. Merrick, you've got your clothing line.
Yeah.
And Damian, you've got your Super Dad. Yeah. And you got the Simply Fitness, right, as well.
Yeah.
So what was the inspiration behind starting that, like, for both of you?
I think I've kind of had a thing for dressing well. So me and my cousin just put some ideas together, and just kind of went for it and looked back since.
You got a little training camp as well.
Yeah, I got a kids soccer school as well.
Okay.
So,
Cool. How's that going?
It's good, man. Started it up like Connor French helped me start it up. As soon as I come out the professional game, kind of just wanted to stay and do something in football, and that was the closest thing to it. So.
Okay, with you.
Yeah.
And Damian, I see a lot of your tweets, very inspirational and positive, trying to uplift the people. So what's your passion? Because it seems like you're passionate about advising youngsters. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's probably why I responded to that question. Where a lot of young kids come at me, and so yeah, man, I would say my strong passion is helping the community that I came from. I think we could all relate to this, man. I think I want to give back to where I came from, and maybe the kids that pick the other option apart from the positive one, right? So, I would say that is probably what my main aim is. My main aim is to show, like, listen, man, just turn a little bit right, don't go down.
I'm with you. Yeah. And obviously, now there's a big emphasis on racism in the game. And I was speaking to one of our followers, and he's doing a dissertation at his university. So he wanted me to ask you this question, basically. Do you reckon black-owned clubs would be a resolution for racism in the game? Or is how do you reckon we could influence it in a positive way?
That's a tough question.
I know. I didn't want to throw it on you. You just happened to
Yo.
come. You happened to come on the day.
So my whole thing on the race thing is, I think anything that's done and it's not done organically comes unstuck. So by that I mean, like, if you put people in positions and they're not good enough, it's gonna fuck up anyway.
Yeah.
So I think it's important that as much as we're trying to put people in positions that they're rightly qualified, because I don't want no one representing me that's just got the job because of their skin color or whatever. So if we're gonna do this black-owned clubs, like, listen, it's got to be done properly, man.
fair,
So I do think it would benefit, but I think it's more than just saying put black people in a.
So during your career, have you experienced like what you would maybe see as racism from
Institutional racism, yeah, man. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. Some of these, like, I remember one time a manager was calling us So Solid Crew, like, and I was just naive. Because that's banter. That's banter. But do you know what? Yeah, football's a fuckery because even like South End and that. Yeah, I remember some shit. I look back, I'm like, why the fuck is he even entertaining that? Not even just the racist shit, but you know the fucking.
Did you feel like a need to conform kind of thing?
100%.
You had to.
But don't listen to people. Anyone that's been in the football game, I ain't never, like, once you get in them doors, whatever you was doing before, it's like kind of like fit in. Like.
Yeah, I'm with you.
They're doing that over there. I got to fit in. I got to be cool.
I'm with you. So what's next for you guys? Like, what's the ultimate goal for like your academy, your clothing brand, Portland? What is it you're trying to achieve?
On the clothing front, it's just obviously, get it as big as we can, keep pushing it. And it's love already, big out everyone supporting and showing love. But yeah, man, just expanding, seeing it's a new journey. It's not football anymore, so I'm just trying to see where it takes me, man.
I'm with you. And what about you, D?
Yeah, man, I like the whole community projects, man. We're doing something over Christmas.
Okay.
We're trying to supply hampers to it. So my thing is, as much as I grow as an individual, man, I want to give back, and that for me, man, that's what I want to continue to do. Like,
I see you raised some money for a charity recently, right?
Yeah, man, fantastic. We raised money for underprivileged children at Christmas. So we've identified families, and we've raised 75 Christmas hampers, so Christmas dinners on the day.
Oh, wow.
But we've had like a couple charities saying they're gonna involve, and so go crazy. That's what I have a passion for.
Big.
Okay, and obviously, we majority cover the Sunday League scene. So Merrick, I'm gonna ask you like outright, who's gonna win the OBDSFL? Like
Portland.
Portland. Is that your heart, or is that your?
I can't see anybody else, man.
Did you just catch a 3-0 though?
Yeah,
Where
but
was
the
that
best
in the league?
teams lose in the league. The best
Was that in the league? Was that in the league?
I think so.
Is that your only loss?
You don't know.
It might be our second actually, but
We'll just go against Scannell. That was kind of like a
beat them 5-2 or 6-2.
5-2, 6-2.
Something like that.
And Charcoal Vets, what's happening over there? Is
From my position, with the lineup we got, I'm thinking we're the best team in Europe, bro. But I'm gathering, man, that it must be competitive. That I think there's another team that have done a similar thing to us, man. So
what?
I think like they're like Eltham Town or something. A couple, like, what they've done is just recruited the old non-league boys, and just got them in and stuff like that. So.
Okay, cool. That's kind of like the end of my agenda. But is there anything you wanted to speak on now that you got the platform in terms of what you're pushing or what you're promoting, or anything you wanted to ask us at You're Fresh?
No, I just appreciate You're Fresh, man. I've been following you lot over the last year. I think your growth, I think, is crazy. I think all the Sunday teams should appreciate what you lot do, to be honest. I think.
And where do you see Sunday League going? Do you reckon what's the highest height? What's the ceiling? Where can Sunday League go? Because I see SC Don's interviewing Andy Cole now, so it's kind of like there's a merging between grassroots and the professional game. Like, where do you see it going?
That's a tough question, man. I think, do you know Moses Fable?
Yeah.
He's trying to turn it into like a academy thing, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, he's trying. It's massive, man. It can keep going. It's like I can't put a finger on it where it's gonna go, but it can go somewhere massive, man. Like,
I'm with you.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so do you want to shout out your show? So, do you want to show your clothing actually? Because
I got one of the t-shirts here, hats, Malove.
Okay, what's the Insta for the people
The
watching?
Insta is Malove Clo. Website.
How you pronounce it? Malove. I've been saying me love for so long.
Malove kind of foreign thing. But yeah, man, that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, bro, it's just like I said, it's a completely different journey. Like, I never ever would have thought I would have been doing this. Do you know what I mean? But it is what it is. It's growing. I'm grateful. So yeah, man, just seeing where it takes us. You know what I mean?
Okay, what about you, Day?
No, I don't want to shout. I just want to shout at you, Fresh, again, man. You lot, man, done your thing, man. I appreciate you lot, man. I think everything you do for like all the Sunday teams, man. I think in years to come, people will look back and say, "Fucking, they're innovators."
Yeah,
So
I'm with you. That's love.
Do you know what? Before we lock this, I got a question for you. still.
Hey, go on, let's go.
Who's gonna win the league, Viv?
Lambeth,
Why?
because I haven't seen anyone really make me think anything other than that. Like,
Okay.
because last year we was promoting Portland a lot, we was
Yeah,
promoting
of course,
LA a lot.
of course.
SC Dons are obviously well known as well, but with all due respect,
Yeah.
Lambeth, they
Lambeth are
beat you
tough.
3-0, they beat SC Dons 3-0.
is it?
bad.
What about SC though, Donza? They got lefty and that, and they.
Yeah, I think obviously Lambeth are the best footballing team all round.
Is it?
Yeah, all
Do
round.
you reckon you're fresh a bias towards Lambeth?
They're the best team, innit? So I don't think you lot are biased. The best is the best. Like that's football, man. Like do you know what I mean? That's football. It's cruel, but that's football.
No, I'm with
A lot
you.
of people can't take that though. That's what it is. A lot of people can't take it. But at the same time, you got to big up SC Dons as well because their team's massive.
Their platform
Their
is
team's massive. So
They're
like,
doing
I saw the
massive
little
things.
bickering on Twitter and that, but
Nah, I don't mind that, you know, because I
Yeah.
follow Wingy. I'll see something like, raw.
mad.
Who's he gone for? Like
Yeah,
that.
like Man United
it
at
went off
Arsenal
on
on
Twitter
Sundays,
that
innit?
day.
Yeah,
still.
it's- reminds me of WWE.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff.
It's kind of like that, to be honest.
It's
yeah.
mad.
Yeah.
But now it's like every team's literally putting out content, and it's kind of
Sick, man.
saturated in a
Yeah.
sense, isn't it? But yeah, LA for me are the best team right now. I don't really see many people coming close to them. But it'd be interesting to see St. Joseph's against
100. Yeah.
Portland. I just hope that obviously the football is gonna remain on because it seems like it's kind of
Is it the best league? Is it?
Yes, I think so. Supposedly.
Yeah.
well, Obi. You say it's the best league.
I would. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Who you got this weekend?
Bickley. Yeah,
W?
Bickley. Yeah, W. Nothing more, nothing less. W.
Can I get a score prediction out of you?
4-0.
You on the score sheet?
Nah, French and boats.
French.
French 2, boats 2. 4-0.
Boats?
Yeah.
2? Boats? Where's he playing?
He's playing up front.
Nah.
Is he playing up front now? I
Yeah,
thought
he's got
playing.
like 15 goals in 7
Yeah, his
games.
goals
Boats
is
are cold
ridiculous.
football. Boats are good.
Before we go as well, you playing at South Park?
Yeah, I'm playing at South Park at the moment.
Okay,
yeah.
so how's that going?
No, it's good, man. It's good, obviously.
You're playing with French, right?
French is
French
there.
is in the building for those that don't know.
Yeah,
Obviously.
French is there still. Naz is there, so it's like, it's good, man. You don't always get a chance to play with your friends at the same Saturday team, so
I'm with you.
it's good.
Okay, cool. Well, that kind of wraps up our podcast. Just want to say thank you for taking time out of your day
big
to
you
come
up.
and
Thank
spend some
you, man.
time with us. If you want to shout out your socials so we can put it up and people can follow you, your journey and stuff.
It's yours.
Super Dad Damo on Insta and just Dr. Damo on Twitter.
Milove Clo, Instagram. Yeah.
Not your personal
I
one.
don't even know what's my personal. M London. When you find it, just at me or something. M London, I think it is though.
Okay, well, thanks for you guys obviously taking time out. Thanks to everyone following us. Obviously, we're going to be trying to put these podcasts out more frequently now that football's back. You should be seeing our new episodes every Sunday. But just thank you for all the support you've been giving us. That's a wrap for us. You're Fresh to You Sport.